that you can analyze in an appropriate or selected way. You see?
But you were on a graph at first.
Yes, I was on a graph. I was just using that graph for illustration. I've left it.
Okay.
You can see that the decision support system, there are three components. The data management is what you saw in that those raw data, Africa, this number, that number. When you decide on a formula to use, then that is actually the one we call the model management. So here you can use Microsoft Excel. Then you have a nice presentation in the form of graph or table like the one we saw. That's the one that we call the dialogue or the presentation. So the data management module is just provide data for intelligent phase, where you say you go to whatever organization have local people in all the country. So every day, every country, they get their update, like breakers, yes, and then they put all the library country together. That is Africa. That's the data management. They get the raw data, and then the module management is they identify a nice app that can put all this together. Excel can do a lot of fancy and nice software can do it, and then they have something presentable like the one we just saw. And in real life, this can be applied in every aspect of life. If a bank wants to decide where to put their new ATM machine, this decision all have impact on the bank. So I mean, ATM. So you look at strategic location. You don't just wake up today, you put one ATM machine here, you do some basic analysis. And there are software that can do that. All the software will ask you is, where is the nearest ATM? Is your ATM doing Visa or whatever? And that software analyze all the things there and tell you that go with this. So that is the three components. Take note of them. We try to include. They are explained further in these slides. The module is actually the one that is important. This is really where the real application works. This is where a software is doing the work. You put this raw data there, and then the module manipulates it and shows something that is the dialogue, like the one you just saw in that dashboard I showed you. And just from that dashboard, decision maker know what to do. Because the question is, why are we gathering information? How many people dying? Yes, it's to make decision. So when you just see that nice graph we just showed now, it's showing the trend. You don't have to go read whole 100 pages. So the World Health Organization managers and their deputies, they don't go, they just look at this dashboard and make their decisions. That's why we call them decision support systems. There is a term called sensitivity analysis. Please read it and know it. Now, we are going to talk about decision support system in action. By here we mean, what are some software that are actually using decision support system? Now, when we say DSS, know that we're referring to decision support system. It is used in many industries. For example, food production and retailing. So a decision support system is able to advise you on what food to cook on which day. So maybe if you are a new restaurant with our software, okay, if you are a new restaurant, today you randomly just cook X, tomorrow you cook Y, day after tomorrow you cook Z. That new there is a software that after a time it will advise you on cook this food. It will notice that certain food is bought on certain day more. It will tell you that cook this quantity of food. It will notice that it was this quantity that was bought on the day. So that when you cook more, food will spoil. There are software that can do this for people. So instead of you having your little couple worrying how many bowls come are ready to cook today, after some day, when that software look at your pattern, it can advise you on how many cups are ready to cook. And most times they become close to agree because they are they follow some logical trend. They look at the trend, they look at, okay, and doing this, especially when you have a long-term data, they can know that certain part of the year is better. They can know that in certain region they eat this food, those type of things. So maybe if the software know that you in Ganta, you see the people in Ganta, let's solve in GB. When you in Lofa, you see the people in Lofa, they let, if they're Foya, potato green, dry rice. If they're the other part of Lofa, that's Tobogi. But moreover, there's a lot of people there, everybody there. So there, it is a software is very smart. It factors all these things. And believe me, for example, there's a software that can tell you what to farm in the US because they have their whole country map. They know where is the market, what the soil look like in different part of the country. So if you have a farmland, the software can advise you on what kind of crops to go on because they will look at your proximity to market because the overall thing here is how much you will get from farming. Based on your location, certain crops may not be ideal for you. Just by you being located to a factory that will buy your product, it's good for a certain product because you will save on transportation. The software also know that certain soil are good for certain crops. So there is software in every aspect of life. Agriculture, tax planning. Of course, a software will tell you how to plan your tax very well. Website planning, adjustment, how to make your website more friendly. It will look at how people respond to website, what they like and what they don't like, how to design your website. It's a software that can advise you on that. There's a software that can even advise you on what to consider for university, what course to study, which university to go to. It will ask you whether you get money, what grade you have, what's your favorite subject, what do you want to achieve in life, and it advise you go to the university. That's why it will take into account your ability to finish your course, your ability to meet the people that will influence your life, and know a lot about all these universities. This is how the app works. These are decision support system. So you find it in every aspect of life. And I like this one. I will spend a little time talking about it. Yield management. So this is normally used for the hotel and the airline industry. So in fact, that's why it's possible you and myself fly into the same destination from Monrovia. I buy my ticket today, and you buy a ticket 1 week, but we buy it at a different price. That's the yield management software. What the software does is that the software knows that when the plane got to go, whether one or no passenger in it, whether it full or half full or empty. So then the plane can here, it will go. The software also knows that the hotel, whether it's full or not, when one customer can, will serve them. So the way those yield management software work for the hospitality industry, they want to maximize profit. So they look at other airlines are leaving from Liberia, and they know that just 2 more days for them to go, they increase their price. They know that you will buy it. But when they have nobody here, and all their seats are empty, they bring the price down. Those things are generated by system, not human being. That's why when you go to the airline, the agent, you can't go to generate the price for the ticket. It is a decision support system that is there helping them. Those very type of decision support system we call them yield management. Yield is what you yield, what you get. So you get it in, and the idea is they want to maximize revenue. The airline use it, the lodging industry use it. Lodging, like the hotel I just spoke about. Even the financial services, especially in the US where data are readily available. That's why credit record is very important in the US. So you and I, if I'm a lady and I am 22 years old, experience in driving, I've never committed accident. And this is just your second year in driving, you are a male. We have the same car, we go for insurance. Don't be surprised that yours will be 2 times more than mine because you are high risk. The software look at it. For example, if you are from record, they've noticed that men are almost 2 times likely to be involved in accident than women. So just by being a woman, your insurance premium is low. If you have a good clean record, you're driving for 10 years, you don't have accident record. It means that the insurance company know that your chances of involving accident is high. So my point here is that software look at you. If you have been involved in accident 2-3 times, just in the past 2-3 years, just go for your insurance. Your money will go up. Because from the record, they know that you are likely to cause another accident. The same thing with the bank. If you took a loan, you didn't pay for it, they got a loan behind you. Your last apartment you left from that because you pay loan. The people get record. So as soon as they put your name, you and myself can go for the same loan. They will tell me, yes, you will take the money, they tell you not taking it. Or they tell you for you, if you're taking it, your interest will be S, and for me, mine will be Y. That is the management there. You have all the information on your past. Are you there, guys? Are you following?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good. Yeah, so that's what we're talking about. So so decision support system, you find it in every aspect of our life. Right now, like for us, even if you go in the bank, for example, even if you go in the bank right now, it's down to some level. If you go for bank and you earn a salary, their intent is that they don't want to make sure they take more than 1/3 of what you earn. So if you make $1,000 and you want to take a loan for 6 months, they have a rule of thumb. They don't want to take more than 1/3 of your income. And then if you're making $1,000 take home, 1/3 of it will be about $333. And now they look at how much you take. And most times they don't want to spread the loan over 3 years, more than 3 years, depending on the type of loan. Then it will tell you, the software automatically tell them, we can only give you 10,000. Because that software knows how much you earn. The type of loan you take, you can only go for time you go, you want loan, they can tell you, they can ask you a few questions before they tell you this is what we want to give you. If you go for, let's say salary loan, you are gainfully employed, and you go, you say you want salary loan, you get a letter from your employer, you go to the bank. The premium they will give me, if my income is $5,000, the premium they will give you, if your income is $1,500, will not be the same. That software know that it have to take 1/3. Now, they also have, if you can write a letter to them, which I have done before, and tell them that even though by law they are not supposed to take 1/3, but you are giving them right to take more than 1/3 of your salary because you have other income, yes, then they can use that and to back themselves legally to give you more than that. But all things being the same, it's a rule of thumb. Now, when you go for loan, they don't exceed more than 1/3 of your they make sure they don't deduct more than 1/3 of your income from your salary. Okay, then we got to move a bit faster. But just put your hand up if you need me to clarify something. Okay, that is decision support system at work right there. You find it in every industry. So here you see these guys this is a bank. They are determining, they just put your information in the software, they know how much they can give you. So this is there's a normal, if you go to the US and maybe you went there newly, you met one guy, you are a lady, or you are a guy, you met someone, you guys become couple, you think they can let you, and those people are so fair in certain things. When you go, they assume that you are a good person. So you just went to the US, one guy, he say he like you. He say, oh baby, let's go for car. If you go, you say you want $50,000 car, so people give to you because there you have clean record. Nothing show that it took money and you defaulted. They got like a name she can carry you. As soon as you finish taking that car, you start seeing a real action. Now you see that you can pay for that car. Because he not get a clean record. He took the first car, he want not to pay. Second car, he want not to pay. So they put their blacklisting. So now you came. It's a common thing that bring do to one another there. That 44 unit or that mansion, if they know that after their time they will take it from them, They will be careful. But people know that in Liberia, they even celebrate people that steal. So there's a tendency that people even want to steal more. But I have a news for you. It's going to stop. And it's going to stop very soon. If you believe it, say amen.
Amen. Amen. Amen.
Amen. Amen.
Okay. We have to stop it. Nobody will do it for us. We need more of Julian Malema. I mean, our country cannot be a fair state. It can be the one everybody love. We can't continue like this. But let's talk about expert system. We can have another time and have objective political decision. 2023, a change will be coming to District 4 in Masorado County. But we'll talk about it later. Let's talk about expert system for now. So, expert system.
How?
Yeah. I like that. Expert system. I mean, they are also a type of information system, but what they do is that they emulate knowledge of human experts. I'll give you an example. If we have Dr. Kuto now, is one of our own experts, and he's getting old now. So there could be a system that can look at what happened to you, what don't happen to you, and look at and document what Dr. Kuto will recommend for you. Let's be more practical. Let's assume that you go to the hospital, you say you get a headache, you feel like vomiting, and then you have joint pain, and then you have sour mouth. That'll recommend malaria tests for you. That would be documented. So now, if function can be developed, that will say if headache, if joint pain, if knees in there, that is want to vomit, more likely malaria. So expert system actually look at how expert perform, and the software can be used to emulate that. Those type of system is what we call expert system, and they are the backbone of what we call artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is the future. If God give us long life, I can tell you guys free, in the next 20 years, car will drive themselves. Next 20 years, car will add gasoline. And the oil-rich country have to find what to do with their oil. In the next 20 years, we'll have smart roads. Cars will move without human being. In the next 20 years, no middle ground. It's either you go to school or no work for you. There will be no driver. There will be no contractor that can only dig. There will be no secretary receptionist. So it's either you go to school good or, and the good thing about that will not be faced with any kind of problem we eat now. They cannot have educated people there. So system will solve the problem. Because computer, and the other reason why this thing is not being, because there's a social aspect. They are thinking that will make the rich more richer and the poor more poorer. Because those that own the big businesses, they don't have to hire a lot of people. Robots will do all the work. There's a real formula in place now for artificial intelligence. That's why I can tell you guys, it's not a secret. Unemployment can be difficult, but one field that you found difficult to be unemployed is IT. And just our system, we don't have innovative people. So you guys have to have a mindset of not just being employed by someone, especially if you're a programmer, develop apps, get employed. So a lot of things are going to be automated. A lot of things are going to happen with what we call artificial intelligence. This is what experts supposed to do. So we not need all these experts. I even believe now there's a strong argument that we may not need lawyers in the next 10, 20 years. Because there will be an app, lawyers do research, and there will be a system that could do that. But then it's a very strong argument. The law is done in favor of the people that craft it. So they're the one who have to put all these things in law. That the only thing, but from where I sit, and the little I've started knowing about law, I believe that system can do a lot of things that the law can do. Artificial intelligence can do that. It's a very contested debate. But one thing I know, a decade 2, 3 from now, that is 10, 20, 30 years from now, a lot of things will be automated. And that is what we call expert system. There will be system that are expert in doing what human beings do. So now driver, car will drive themselves. So anybody can say a professional driver, sorry for you. A receptionist. Yes, no, because a receptionist job there, you go to the office, you see a robot, you say hello, you say hi, how may I help you? Who do you want to talk to? The receptionist robots will do that perfectly.
But Mr. Goddard, right now, yeah, been announcing in Rwanda. Rwanda right now they have AI working to serve people in hospitals.
Exactly. So they have in Rwanda, they have a plane that can deliver a drone that can deliver medicine around. So it's I mean, I'm telling you, of course, we have artificial intelligence to some extent now, but it's going to be the rate of life in the next coming years, especially God forbid. I don't know, then they are chipped in doing the same coronavirus. There's a lot of conspiracy theory. Only God knows how all that happening. So we can't talk about what we don't know. But one thing I know is that science is really evolving. The key point I want you to take from here is that express system, look at how, so, yeah, let me see who else. Oh, yes, I have to go ahead. Somebody there, go ahead.
Yeah, okay, all those things, what you're talking about, technology and that stuff, if really we implement all those things, how the world will be look like. Because if you take example like Japan in 2000, they start using all type of technology, and really they go down to the unemployment and all that stuff. So now all those apps, what you just explained, if you use all those things, so how the employment will be in the world?
Amanda, your concern is very correct. One of the reasons why these things are not really taken up is because of the social impact. I just told you that this thing will make the rich richer and the poor more poorer. So the people that own a big company, they only buy machines. They don't have to employ people again. That's why the world got to rethink what all this means. So it's the social impact that is not being well answered yet. Like you said, so the robots will be doing the work. So what happened to the people?
Like 2000, I think Japan start using the type of technology, serving the restaurant, all that thing, they use robot and other machine to do work. So
yeah, Japan is one of the countries that is leading this. The country that are investing heavily in artificial intelligence, like Japan, like Israel, China, United States, Canada, United Kingdom. Those are the 5 countries that are really investing into artificial intelligence. But again, what I can say is just what you point out, and I think I spoke about it. I said there's the social impact. For example, I can tell you free. There are robots that can go to war, not and fight. They are robots, but the robot have some shortcomings. And they might not be able to identify a pregnant woman readily. They might not be able to identify a soldier that will surrender. So I mean, the good part is what we're talking about, but I agree with you, there is the shortcoming. So always have to be reconciled. Especially I know that some religious leaders have been speaking against it. So expert system, look at this example. So expert system, they use expert knowledge and they are documented to make decisions. It's a perfect example here. You see this diagram that is on the screen now? This system will tell you whether it is a dog or it is a cat or not. You see, so we all know that if something has 4 legs, it can be any of the 2. If it has a tail, it can be either a dog or a cat. If it can bark, then you know that barking is unique to what? Dog. Oh. You know that meow is unique to what? Cat. So this is how, and just by this, you can develop a software here in C++ with the A function and all that stuff. Yes. So this is how the expert system, just like I was telling you about malaria, the document it, and then anytime you can, just take your information. Do you have 4 legs? Yes. Do you have tail? Yes. Do you have a 4? Yes. Can you bark? No. Do you have a meow? Yes. They say you are a cat. That's how the artificial intelligence works. That's how expert system works. So it helped many industries like the medical industry, even the telephone network, diagnosing and fixing failure. The big telcos, they have intelligence information that can just do automatic trace and see where's the problem. For example, there's an app you can just plug it here, it tell you where the fiber break from. These are so every industry have this to some extent. This is another unique expert system. This one is actually medical expert system, help diagnose patient and suggest treatment. So this system is actually look like a CT scan. This device will go into your brain and look at all your nerves. Depending on what you say, yes, 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 it will tell you what it think you are having. They will say maybe some of your nerves are not working well, and when people's nerves are not working like that, they are most likely having this. These are expert systems. So for example, in Liberia, we just started doing an MRI. MRI is an advanced scan. It's just like an X-ray, but it's more revealing. It goes into tissues and look there. I think the Guardian are doing it regarding to Jamalek. Yes, they have an MRI. Otherwise, just because, so if you have a problem, maybe, let's say in your waist, it's a back pain, X-ray will not tell you what's happening to your discs. It will not tell you what's happening to the muscle. Or even if you have a tumor in the hair, X-ray will not help you. MRI will go in there and look at the tissue and look at what is swelling. And just from that MRI, will suggest to you that, oh, this person may have tumor around here. And usually those type of tumor are caused by this. It advises you as a junior doctor.
Yeah, what does acronym mean, MRI?
MRI, I think it stands for, the I stand for imaging, the M stands for, is it magnetic? Yes, but it's a type of advanced CT scan and X-ray, but you can just find it out. It will provide sheet for you just the way X-ray would do it. So if you find MRI, also read on CT scan, because all of them go together. So find X-ray, CT scan, and MRI. But MRI is the most advanced one. I know that the M stands for, I think, magnetic, and I think the I stands for imaging. The arrow, I cannot, what is it, what, resonate or resonate something? Yes, so this looks like a CT scan with MRI machine. And after you capture your body, if a special part of your body that will picture, it will look there in detail and produce a sheet and a report to a doctor. They will diagnose you easily. Those are expert systems. So it's used in many fields. Even in credit evaluation, detection of insider security trading is also used there. It helps in common metal detection. If you go to airport, as soon as you pass through some of them, these are expert systems. It tells you come back. If you've been to any airport before, as soon as you pass, something will make sound. It tells you come back. These are examples of expert systems. And the next type of system I want to talk about is called geographical information system. Geographical information system is also a type of information system that normally deal with topo and map. They actually help with map-related decision. So it has to do with process location data, find shortcut path, and then city planning, oil drilling location. For example, I'll tell you a story. If you go to the NBC website, one of them, you will see that there's a cadastral software that can tell you where in Liberia you have the video. That's a perfect example of geographical information system. So it consists of 3 items to the database of quantitative and qualitative info. So for example, I know that almost 1% of Liberia land is owned by or is planted in rubber. So our total land, I don't know in history, they said 300 square feet. 1% of it is planted with rubber plantation. So there's a map that the map that can be used for an information system that can translate information to map and make it presentable. Like the graph I have here are called geographical information system. So Google Map is a perfect example of geographical information system. Google Earth. They have specialized ones. They are very useful for concession and mining company. So you can go there, you look at this map, in real time you look at where the mines are concentrated and which one you need to make decision. Of course, behind all this is programming. All these are done by enhanced programming. Yes, so that's what we need to talk about today. We talk about the process of expert system and decision support system. And to talk about that, we know that the word decision. To make decision, you go through 3 processes. the intelligence, the design, and the choice. And then you know that you have a special type of, then you know we also talk about the two types of problem, structured and unstructured problem, and then we also talk about semi-structured problem. And we talk about a type of system called decision support system. We talk about expert system, and now we just talk about this geographical information system. We'll take a 2-minute break, or let me say, yes, 3-minute break. We'll be back 7:50, and I will take questions, or then we'll move to our next topic. The last few slides summarize what we just talked about. Hello?
7:50.
I said 6:50, just 3-minute break. Just go and drink a cup of water.
Yeah, so why in the process of the break, who has joined with this complex name? I wrote WS3 with all the other, who is that?
Why?
There is a device here, I'm unmuting you now. The name is so complex, I don't even know who the person is.
I've seen it.
Yeah, and I can't add attendance against you if I don't know who you are.
Oh yeah.
Jimmy Mason, you keep coming to class very late. I hope that Jimmy Mason I know. If that Harry Potter, I don't know why you choose to attend the class, but you
No, make sure you repeat the text. The class, that's all.
coming to class very late.
Hello, email.
The person with the device, around WS3, please, you gotta tell me your name, because I even sent you a private message asking for your name and to know your view.
Email.
Yes.
Yeah, this is Alexander.
Yes.
Yeah, I just want to find out and when we'll be doing the test.
You said Sunday.
Oh, Sunday the test?
Yes.
Wow, at what time?
Hmm?
Anyway, it will be in the group chat. The time will be there.
3 o'clock. We agree on 3 already.
Hey, my man. It's not confusion here. I asked the message Sunday. I said the time. Then say message Sunday. I said Sunday again.
3 o'clock.
And then email. Email finish that.
Oh.
You know.
Yeah.
Man, I let it wait.
Hello, Mr. Carter.
Yeah, I want for somebody to tell me their understanding of IT governance. Is Makoya in this class?
Yeah, I'm not a female. I'm Enoch, but I want to try.
No, I'm asking. I say I want a female candidate. Is Makoya here?
I don't think she's here.
I don't see her. Is there any female here advanced to be recognized? Lisa P. Gibson.
Lisa Halley or Serena Halley?
Serena.
Yeah, you guys, what's your understanding of IT governance? Lisa, are you there? Lisa? Where's Lisa? She's not even online. She's just can't log in and left, right?
Mr. Bato, I'm hearing you, but my phone was giving me hard time.
Okay, Lisa.
Hello?
Yes, Lisa.
Yes.
Lisa, did we do IT risk management together? Have you done a course called IT risk management?
Yeah.
What is your understanding of IT governance?
It's a subset, the something of corporate governance.
Okay, corporate governance. Okay. Corporate governance are focused on information technology. I mean, only Lisa has a flow, allow her to express herself freely.
Yeah.
So, what's her name? Sandiki, this I want you to help her. Come in. Sandiki, are you there? Okay, then I will ask the female Rahman to help. Rahman, can you help?
Hello?
Yeah, the female Rahman, can you help?
Yes, Mr. Goto.
Yeah, what's your understanding of IT governance?
Okay, to be honest, right now I don't remember the IT government that we did in our risk management class. But
Okay.
for now, I can say that it helps in decision making.
Okay.
In business investments.
Right.
And that's basically all I remembered. Like,
okay,
like how the last person said. Yes.
And that is very important. Business investment, decision making. The purpose of IT governance is to align IT to business objective.
Yes.
That's the whole idea. That's what I was looking for. And you said things close to that. That's good. So business decision, you know, IT governance provide a framework that allow you to align IT to business.
Yes.
IT not supposed to happen in isolation. It's supposed to be aligned to business. And the reason I brought this in because just right now when I was talking about IT planning includes several key. The first one say create a corporate and IT mission statement. So the IT mission statement have to be aligned to the business mission statement. So the corporate statement, this corporate objective should not be isolated from IT. And that's the whole idea why we do IT governance, is to make sure IT is aligned to business objective. The goal of IT is aligned to business objective. The second one is to articulate the vision of IT within the organization. So when you plan IT, you have a clear articulation of what you want to do and make it acceptable to everyone involved. And then when you've done that now, then you can create the IT strategic and tactical plans. And then you create a plan for operation to achieve the mission and vision. This is the day-to-day, what you do today, that's your plan. But before that, you need to have your strategy. Your strategy should be aligned to the organizational objective. Then, of course, the finance people will want to see the budget. You have to say this will cost this. And when you get the budget, you should also support it. It's not in this, but I'm telling you from experience. When you give a budget, you should be able to support it with the benefit of the investment. Because if I am a financial controller, you tell me we are doing this, it will cost this, and you don't tell me what it will do, I will not look at it favorably. So anytime you do something and you present a budget, also be able to give you the benefit. This will help us to do this. It will prevent this from happening. Yes, then that will speak some sense to their head to approve of it. What's that? What do you see, guys?
So all the
Are you seeing all
several
you see all the slides showing on the screen? Is that what you see?
Yeah, several slides.
Oh, I pressed the wrong button. I got it.
Yeah, click on one slide. We have good you. Let's take it easier.
Okay. Yes, so that is what it is. So you make sure you have a corporate mission. The step is that, okay, let me ask you a question. Vision and mission, which one is at the top? Which one happens first? Which one comprised of the other one? What's your understanding of a vision statement as a mission statement? Serena Sandiki. This is an opportunity for you to speak. What do you want to say? Okay, Serena is not ready. So So in planning IT, make sure IT is not in isolation of the corporation. So you should always have the corporate mission in mind. And then from the corporate mission, you can develop an IT mission that is aligned to it. The role of IT in the organization, how you support that mission. There's a bit of issue here. Usually, vision comes before mission. But this vision is actually just restricted to IT. The reason why we have mission coming before vision is that we started with the corporate mission. So this vision is looking at IT broadly. Then after you have your vision set up now for IT and not the organization, then you can come with your strategy, how you're going to do it. Strategy is what gives you edge over other things. Your plan, strategy is plan, but strategy means it should be advantageous. It's not just ordinary strength. So it's not just an ordinary plan. When we say strategic plan, we mean a plan that can help you outperform your competitors. Then after you come up with your IT strategic plan, then you can have with the tactical plan. The tactical plan is what you do on this day, on that day. Today I do that. Tomorrow I do that. And of course, to do that, you need to know what's your priority. You need to know the project, when it's starting, when it's ending, the people you need for it, the staff, what you need to buy, and how you're going to get money. And all that require money. We could embed all of them, we see the budget. But this is not really my interest. System life cycle is really what I want you to grab a lot of things from. So the step in planning is further explained in the past slide we just saw, but this is what you need to take. IT planning can be driven by a variety of sources. So you got to make sure the line manager, the user, the IT professional, and the senior manager, everybody involved. IT planning, you start with the IT people, but it should be something that will be accepted by the users. It should be something that will be accepted by the senior manager and the line manager. The senior manager are normally the board of directors, and the very top, the line manager are those in between. Everyone should embrace it. Otherwise, it will not get the full support and acceptance. And in the absence of that, you will not get, and that's the whole idea of IT governance, aligning it. So that's why you do proper consultation. Like you will see later on when we're talking about developing the IT, you do a visibility study. So you need to consult the users and see how comfortable they are with what you're doing when you develop your system. You want to make sure you follow standard. You don't just do something out of the blue. Now, this is my interest from this slide. Okay, there's something we call the system development life cycle. What that means is that from the inception to the utilization and the end of the system, it goes through what we call a life cycle. And we put that life cycle into series of steps that we call system life cycle, that we call system development life cycle framework. There's a popular framework called the waterfall. That's what our reference today is going to be based on. There's a second one called the agile. We'll just talk about it briefly, but the waterfall approach is what I want you to grab. What it does is that it consists of 4 major sequential phases. What is the meaning of the word sequential? When something is sequential, what does it mean?
It's in order.
Yes, it means you can't jump from 1 to 4. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's one after another. So there are 4 phases, but it's happening in sequence. Is that okay?
Yeah, we are following.
Okay, so the phases in system development life cycle using the waterfall, which is the more widely accepted one, is the first phase is called the analysis. We'll take a lot of time talking about analysis, talking about design, talking about implementation and support. These are the 4 sequential stages. They are sequential because you don't leave from analysis to support. You leave from analysis to design, from design to implementation, from implementation to support. Pictures speak better. This is a diagram that speaks better to that. So you see that the whole idea of planning, come here to the analysis. From the analysis, you design. From the design, you go to implement. From the implement, you go to support. From the support, 1 minute. From the support, you can come back to design when you see some bug and debug it, or when you have to do some major change, the upgrade. Then after that, if the system go to an absolute, that is come to end of line, you go back to planning cycle, which come and start with analysis. But when the system needs some manual changes, we call that debugging or upgrading. That's why you come back to the design stage in the diagram. So notice that support coming to the design. This is when you are doing a debugging or doing an upgrade. But the arrow leading from the support back to the planning, it means you're going back to start a new cycle. Yes, somebody wanted to speak. You can go ahead now.
Yeah, I wanted to ask because you were talking about the life cycle, you didn't say anything about the planning.
Yeah, so the whole thing, in fact, the 4 of them was we call the planning. So the planning, all of them is what we call the system planning. So the first sequence in the planning is the analysis. Is that okay?
Yeah, okay.
And the second one is the design. When you design, you implement. When you implement the system is working, then you start to support it. When you are supporting, you have to go to the old system and do some debugging. What is the meaning of the debug? What is a bug and what is debugging? Who just asked me the question? What's your name?
Jokey.
Is that Jokey? Jokey,
Yeah.
What's your understanding of bug and debug?
Well, my understanding of bug is when you have an error in your system and
Right.
you debug it and you are correcting the error.
Is the process of correcting it. Thank you. That's easy. Thank you. So usually, when you have a working system and you have to come by and upgrade it or debug it, you come back to the design. But when a system becomes obsolete, it means you leave that system and move to a new one. That's why there's another arrow coming to the whole cycle of planning. So planning is not one of the stages, but it's just there to tell you that all this make up the planning.
Yeah, yes, Mr. Goddard.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
What's your
Can
name?
I say, yeah, Sekou J. Masale.
Go ahead, Sekou.
Yeah. Can I say this can work in a closed system? Because like what we're seeing.
Yes, this is. Yeah, this is close. This is close. And I open you, my begin. I know you open, man.
Mr. Goto.
Yes, sir. Now, the first stage is actually the analysis. And the analysis has to do with investigation. So please take note. In fact, let me be very clear with you. I like this question. Everything I'm saying here will come in your exam. If there is any chapter I take more questions from, is this chapter. Anything I emphasize here, just know that I come here, either fill in the blank, multiple choice, or essay. This one of the chapter you should love. Because the analysis is the first phase, and here we are saying the first thing to do on the analysis is to investigate. We'll take some time to explain, to investigate. So to investigate, to find out whether the people need something. That's the process of going to the investigation. Okay, and then from there you go to a feasibility study. Feasibility study can be technical. The technical is to make sure whether do we have technology that can allow us to do this. Then you do the economic feasibility study. The economic feasibility study look at value for money. The money we put in doing this, will we get it back? Because it may be technically doable, but if the return is not, will not outrun the money investing, you will not get it, no need. Then operational feasibility, will the people be able to use it? If you don't put all of this in play, you buy a system that people will never use. So the most important thing is do the investigation and see whether they need it. Let's take an analogy that is very practical, that is not IT. Let's say there is a role you see people using Kinu all the time. The feasibility investigation will go to ask them, you already want car to come here, or you're okay bringing your goods with the Kinu. When you see that there's a buy-in for you to put a bridge on that river for car to go to their town, then you find out whether it's possible to build a bridge on that road. That's the technical feasibility. Because there is a story, and then a guy was asking God, I think there were two things. And then it was about building a bridge on the Atlantic Ocean, and then how to understand women. Then when he asked God to give him wisdom how to build a bridge on the Atlantic Ocean, God said, I can't remember the exact story, but there's one lesson in one. Basically, what God says is that I think what you can do is I would rather go and learn how to understand a woman, then you will know how to build a bridge. The man told God, you know what happened? Let me just go back and see how I can build a bridge on the Atlantic Ocean. Because, yes, because the man believed that understanding women is very complicated. So the technical feasibility is whether it's possible, whether it's doable. Something can be doable, but if the cost of doing it is more than the benefit it will yield, no need to do it. Something can be technically doable. Something can be economically doable. The impact is there, but if the people don't know how to use it, it's of no benefit for you to automate system. The user are not trained to use it, unless you can have the operational people be able to use it. So the feasibility study is broad, but it's breaking down into technical, economical. The economical have to do with value for money. The money we put in, will we get it? Technical, is it possible? Can it be done? This is where you are your programmer. Guys, can we do it? The economical feasibility is you get a price, you ask your finance people, your sales people will be able to sell and get its money back. Operational, the users. Are you guys comfortable using this? All this have to go. Then now you define what we call the requirement definition. It is where you put all this together that will be used as a tool for the programmer. Diagrams speak better. Let's put this in diagram perspective. So you see the investigation, talking to the users, doing some gathering intelligence. Is this needed? Can this? Yes. Then you come to the feasibility. Is it technically feasible? Is it economically feasible? Is it operationally feasible? Then you requirement definition. So you can see that there's a point for the investigation to all the feasibility, then from all the feasibility to the what? Requirement definition. So this will be maybe new customer service system requirement. It's in this book. This is what you take into your programmer, the guy who's doing the coding. The person doing this is the system analyst. You understand business need and IT. As soon as you take this requirement definition to a programmer, you know what to do. One minute, guys. Cancel VAR. Feasibility, you see programmer, the economy, you see numbers, money, the labor, the material, the overhead, how much it costs. That's what going to the economic feasibility. Do we have the money? 1, 2, if we put our money, we'll get it back. Operational feasibility, the old people that are in your company, they will be waiting to use it. Those are the questions you ask. That proponent, let change, or they will use it. You ask all those questions before you bring the change. So like I was saying, the investigation is the system. You asking yourself, is the system really necessary? Is the system as convinced and feasible? These are the things you ask yourself. So you have a small team that do that. Is the system really necessary? And the feasibility is a larger analysis you conduct, and it can be broken down into 3. The technical, the economical, and the operational. I've explained that to you already. Operational, they will be looking at money. Analysis continue. Now the one I want to talk about is the definition, requirement. Here you detail what the requirement definition. You detail what the system should be able to do. The system requirement. You detail the function and feature expected from the new system. All this come in the requirement definition. After you've done your investigation, do your feasibility study, then you define your requirement definition. This is a written document that you take to the programmer after you get the financial buy-in. Any question on the analysis? So I just said the analysis to you. The next thing is to design. Design is the second phase of development. It includes 3 steps. The first one is the description, the second one is the construction, and the third one is the testing. For a system that you will not build yourself, you usually don't go through all the 3 stages. You don't go through so if you are purchasing a system, design phase determine how to adopt the existing software. So construction is not needed. Is that okay? sometimes what we are doing is a system that is built from scratch. But sometimes we purchase some system in the event that you are going to buy a system, then the design will be different. The design phase will determine how to adopt the system. It will have nothing to do with the description of component construction. You do not do that. So we are going to talk about each of the 3 phases in the design. Any question? Hello? Hello? Yeah. Is it? I'm home and I'm in class teaching. Okay. Okay, like I was saying, sorry guys, so many calls coming to me. Like I was saying, okay, so the design comprises of 3 stages. The first one is you describe the components, and then you do what we call the construction, and then from there you test it. So you can see that the description of the component is a flow chart. This is where you put a flow chart together, and then from the flow chart, a programmer will be able to do the coding, which is the construction actually of the app, and then you do internal testing. Are you there, guys? So the design is actually the programming. It's writing out an app. The analysis is going to do investigation, doing feasibility study, and you come out with a requirement definition, and then you go, the requirement definition now take you to the design. The programmer will look at that and develop a flow chart, and then from there he do the coding, which is the construction. From there he tests it, just with a smaller group. So this is how a flow chart will look like. Yes, at normal level, now top motion days, and then you do the programming. Construction, like I said, is actually the programming consists of mostly programming activity. May take months or years. The construction is the programming. System testing tests the entire integration system, comparing results to requirement. So after you've done it, you look at your result and look at what the requirement was. This one is done even by the programmer himself. It's not even user. When testing is done by user, there's a different need for it. So we're talking about 2 of the stages. Hello?
Yeah, so how do you call a name?
Okay, so for example, if we're doing the beta version, we're doing the prototype. The prototype is the first one. So when you're testing something at the prototype level, it's just that it's the first one that is being tested, there's room to change it. So when you're testing at this level, it's just the programmer testing it to see whether it is the requirement definition that was defined. So sometimes when you have the prototype, the first version of something, there's room to change it. So there could be bug that will come back and be changed. Now, after we have analyzed design, then we'll go to implementation. Implementation is where you deliver the new system. It comprises of 2 steps, conversion and training. Conversion is moving from the old system to the new one, or changing from manual to automated system. And when you do that, you got to train the people. So like I said, conversion is what? Switching from old system to the new one. It can be very difficult at times. So there are different types of conversion. Take note of them. We have parallel conversion, we have phase conversion, we have cut over conversion, and we have pilot conversion. We say parallel conversion is, I will use EchoBench to explain this. Let's assume that EcoBank have multiple branches around Liberia. They have a software that runs multiple things, account receivable, account payable, mortgage, and a loan. These are all different sub-modules in our system. And if you go to Ganta branch, they have the software there, Monrovia branch, Yekepa branch, Senegal branch, Zozo branch, Buchanan branch, they have their software. So conversion is moving from the old system to the new one. I remember when EcoBank was moving from a system they used to call Globus to a new one they call FlexQ. They used Liberia as a guinea pig. Liberia was the first, EcoBank International, Liberia was the first branch that they migrated. For me, I don't think it's because they like Liberia. It's because they felt Liberia was one of the smallest markets. Any mistake they should make in Liberia and learn. EcoBank will lose more money when EcoBank Nigeria go down for one day as compared to EcoBank Liberia going down for 2 weeks. So there are different types of conversion. Parallel conversion now, again, I told you we are going to use EcoBank, a branch, EcoBank Liberia for our illustration. Let's assume they have different branches around the country and their software have different sub-modules. Some of them is for account receivable, account payable, some of them is for loan, some of them is for Western Union. These are all different modules in the software. With that understanding, conversion can be parallel. What parallel means is that the old system is used simultaneously with the new system. What they do, this is the most expensive, I repeat, it is the most expensive and most reliable one. What they do that is that they will have the old system and the new system. When the teller or the banker put an input into the old system, they put in the new one. So they will be working from both systems at the same time. This may almost require them having 2 computers or 1 computer with 2 instances. The benefit of this is that it's time consuming, it's expensive, but it's more reliable. If the old system doesn't work, you just move back. If the new system doesn't work, you just move back to the new system. The second one is what we call phase conversion. This is where you break the new information system into modules and integrate one after another. What do we mean by this? This is where you migrate the account payable, later you migrate the account receivable, later you migrate the credit, later you migrate the Western Union. So you do it in phases. Somebody is talking in the background. Please pay attention. Stop talking. Are you there, guys?
Yeah, we are, Mr. Koto.
Somebody is talking. I should be the only person talking. If you want to talk, put your hands up, guys. If you have people talking in your background, mute your mic and only listen. We got to be disciplined people, guys. This is too simple to do. When you are talking, I'm talking and disturb everyone else. If you don't have a silent environment, you know anybody can walk in anytime, mute your mic. That's what I was saying. So phase conversion, you break down the new system into modules. By module, what do we mean? Coming back to our example, you migrate the account payable for all the branches. When it works, you say, okay, our account payable is good. Let's go to account receivable. When that works, you move to the next phase, Western Union payment. Next phase, our loan scheme. That's what we call phase migration. This one somehow is less risky than, it's risky, but it's less expensive than the parallel one, but a bit risky than the parallel. Relative to parallel, it is what? More cheaper, but more risky too. Parallel is the more expensive than all of them because you need to get 2 systems at the same time. You need to put 2 entries at the same time. But the good thing about it, when one fails, you can just move to another one. This one is only one module. If your account payable go bad, you have the other one working, you focus on the account payable and resolve it. There's one of them that is called cut-over conversion. This one is the easier one to do, but it's the most inconvenient one. This is where you shut down your system and migrate to the new system. It's the cheapest of all of them. So what this does is that you immediately replace all module. Risky, but it is the most inexpensive one, but it's the most risky one. So if you, sometimes I require you formatting your old computer, putting the new system on it. If it doesn't work, you know what kind of mess you eat. So cut over means that you forget about the old one altogether. Maybe you tell the bank for the next 24 hours we'll have special downtime, and then you go install a new one. If it works, bingo. You don't pay extra cost for having two systems at the same time. But if it doesn't work, at the time you will know whether khaki, a color, or a cloth. Then there's the fourth one called the pilot. Pilot is introduced into the business unit. This is where you look at the Gantt branch. You say, okay, let's do Gantt. That's what EcoBank Library did at the corporate level. When we were moving from global network and global software to FlexQ, the one they're using now. So they migrated Liberia. And in this case, we are looking at EcoBank from the international level. So they migrated Liberia. Guess which country they went to next after Liberia? I want for somebody to guess. Hello?
Yeah, EcoBank.
Which country they went to after Liberia?
Nigeria.
No, man. Nigeria be a lot of risk. You don't want to do that when you're very sure.
Ghana.
Big market.
They went to Guinea.
They went to Guinea or Sierra Leone, man. Like Sierra Leone, the men went to. A small, poor, stupid country in there. Sorry, anyway. Have you seen the thing that I bring called Guinea Food Library?
No,
Yeah.
why is it?
You know, again, amazes me the way Liberian people don't have one respect for Guinea people. But in my kind of opinion, Guinea people very smart, but you don't know. I mean, I live in Guinea as a refugee for 7 years. If you want to know whether people smart in their country, look at when they buy horse. I swear to God, I buy in Guinea. Even if I mod horse, I don't see horse people buying Guinea that big. Liberian people can buy story Guinea, you still look at the Guinea looking big. How you go buy horse, you get something called level the horse looking big. I never saw Ben horse in Guinea one day. I'm a new Jalo. Allah?
No, Mr. Goto.
Exactly. But like one day I was saying now somewhere, somebody made me laugh badly. The man said, we was saying somebody came to buy something. Then the man asked one a silly question. Then my younger brother was sitting there. He said, man, I met a Guinea man. He said, I met a Guinea man. Then other friends said, and the man a Pele man too. Guinea Pele, then you can imagine. The man already Pele, then he Guinea man. Oh God, I said, I get respect for yourself. I just laughed.
Is that Blama?
I said, I'm first there looking for 1 minute, guys. Alex, can I call you in 30 minutes?
Who call me?
Alex, let me call you in 30 minutes, please. Thanks. Okay, so guys, we are saying that there are different type of conversion method. Diagrams speak better. You see here, the parallel, you do all of them at the same time. So you can see the place in the middle, we do all two of them at the same time. So the new system was there. The parallel, you do all of them at the same time when it works before you move to the news. This is the most reliable one, but the most expensive. Then we say the module. The module is where you just take, let's say, the account payable, the account receivable. There you go. Hello, Henrietta, I'm in class teaching. I can call you in 30 minutes. Is that okay? Thank you. Okay, guys, back to what we were saying. The first module is in fact, my phone, I'm going to put my phone off now. I can promise you I'm not going to answer another call now unless if it's from only 2 people. I will not call their name, but I don't expect them to call me now. But any other call I will not answer it. Module 1, module 2, module 3. What happened with the face is that, oh, one of the 2 people calling you. That's more trouble, yo. My brother, I'm home. Please come. I was saying that the face, I already explained this diagram, but diagrams speak better. You see, the face is where you take one of them. If we come back to our EcoBank example, the account payable, you do that one. When I one work, you say, okay, I'm good. I go to account receivable, the module 2. It work, I'm good. I go to Western Union, I migrated. Then I go to the loan payment. That's how it works. Then the cut over, you see absolutely no interlock. You have the old system, you level, you move to the new one. This is the cheapest. But if it doesn't work, at the time you know, khaki, a color, or a cloth. The pilot, like I was saying, coming back to our EcoBank illustration, you take one branch, you take Buchanan, you say, okay, Buchanan, we don't get more customer there, we migrate it. If it don't go well, we move right back. And I was telling you at the national level, okay, let's say as a corporate level, EcoBank, they use Liberian. After I was actually a consultant for EcoBank, so I was there when they were doing that migration. They made it use Liberian first. When they were sure of the system, they moved to Sierra Leone. Nigeria then was the last one then. Ghana, Nigeria, these are big markets. And it makes business sense. It's not that they were doing anything, it was just reality. The support begins after delivery. Support is after you have delivered the system and you want to support it. So it includes two responsibilities. Maintenance, which include post-implementation, debugging, updating, and adding postponed features. And then sometimes helping user. That's what going to support. Maintenance and user support. Most time, software, where they get their money is that the maintenance agreement. So from the setup, okay, they say software just bring 50,000. For every year you will be paying license. So over time, the minute they get money from you. And that's also good for businesses because they may not have the money at once to pay. So the support is the longest phase of the system life cycle. After it's working out, the support continue for like 3, 4, 5 years. So this system most systems go for 5 years, 10 years, depending on the type of system. So listen to this, effective maintenance requires good documentation. Nobody have to tell you this. You need to have a soft, like ITEL help you to do proper support. You document it and put it in memory. When somebody else comes, they know what you did and they follow it. That's how it should be done. So what we just did, guys, we've spoken about the system development life cycle. Before I continue, I'm going to summarize what I just said to you. Then I move to this one. I told you that system development, I told you that, well, Emmanuel, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
I want to be, can you put a video on? I want to be able to be seen. Can you allow me to put my video on?
Yeah. Check it out.
Okay, allow everybody to put their video if that's what it is. I'm going to talk for the next 5 to 7 minutes. And I don't want them to look at the slide. I just want them to feel confident. Because every day I'm going to explain what I just told them. And I want you to grab here and ask me any question. So we said that the system development life cycle goes into 4 stages, sequential stages. The first one is the analysis. The second one is the design. The third one is the implementation. And the fourth one is the support. Under the analysis, we say the first thing you do is the investigation. Investigation, you ask yourself, do we really need this system? And then when you do that, then you also do what we call the feasibility study, which comes in 3 forms. Technical feasibility, can this thing be done technically? Financial feasibility, do we have the money for it? If we put our money in there, are we able to get it back? Operational feasibility, when we deploy this system, are they going to use it? Can they be trained to use this system? When you put all this together, then you have what we call the requirement definition. This is what you take to the next stage, which is the design. At the designs, again, we have 3 stages there. I think the 3 stages at the design is actually before the construction. We have before the construction, we have one before the construction, which is actually has to do with the flow chart. Let me just confirm that. At the design, yes, we have, yeah, that's correct. We have the description of component. From the description of component, which actually have to do with the flow chart, then you come to the construction. This is the coding itself. This is where you code, and then you test it to see whether what you did meet up with your requirement definition. Like we said, this is the case for a system that you buy, that you're developing from zero. But if it is a system that you are going to buy off the shelf, then all you have to do is to see how to adopt it. So the system development life cycle is the assumption for a system that you are going to design. Then after the first, which was the analysis and the design, then we go to the implementation. We say the implementation, two things happen. One of them is the conversion. Conversion means moving from the old system to the new system. The old system could be another information system, or it could be a manual system. So it could be moving from a manual system to an automated system, or moving from one automated system to a better one. And we are saying two things happen there: conversion. Conversion, moving from the old to the new. And we say the conversion can happen in 4 ways. We have the parallel. Parallel means all two happening at the same time. Coming back to our EcoBank analogy, to every branch, you keep the old system and install the new one. When you make an import into the old one, you make it into the new one. It's very expensive, but it's the most risk-free one. And the rule of thumb here is you ask yourself, can I tolerate downtime? There are certain entities, just 1 minute downtime costs millions of dollars. If you are that type of entity, then yes, parallel is good for you. Even your reputation. The cost of downtime is not only on the monetary value, it could be in your reputation. Some people are living just on their name. So you want to make sure you protect that prestigious name. And now, besides the parallel, we have the other one we call the phase. Coming back to our example, this is where you put them into module. So you'll say, okay, and coming back to our EcoBank example, I will do the account receivable portion of the software and migrate that one. Then I move to the account payable. I move to, let's say, the EcoBank module, let's say the Western Union module, sorry, or remittance module. It could be Western Union or RIA or now they call them MoneyGram. Now they have another one they call Nobel. Yes. It could be then. Then it could, yeah, so if you do it, you're moving by module, we call that one the phase. No, sorry, the pilot. Hold on 1 minute, guys. I want you to grab this. Yeah, we call that a phase, sorry. Then the next one, which is the cut-off, I said is the cheapest of them all. But it's the one that if it goes by, you will know that khaki is color or cloth, because this is where you kind of shut down your old system and just move to the new one. If the new one have problem, then you got to go into the restoration. That could be costly. So you do the risk analysis and know which one is more adapted for you. The last one is the one we call the